All right, welcome back. So we get a lot of new people on this channel all the time. And that's one of the drawbacks of having a YouTube channel is not everybody jumps in at the same time, so they're not all on the same page. And because of this, I always recommend that new people go back and start at the beginning of the Mystery School playlist. But even so, not everyone is going to know certain terminology, etc. It's something that's easily overlooked, and I can easily take it for granted and assume that everyone knows what I'm talking about when some people just have absolutely no idea. Or I assume everyone has the basics down when they don't. Case in point, I just made a video on circles that is on Patreon that will eventually be released on YouTube because I kept having people asking me about the circle. Do they need one? What do they use, etc.? And for anyone who's been in magic for any length of time, this is a given. This is something that we already know and don't really talk about all that much. But for someone just starting out, these are major concerns, as they should be. The circle is very important. And it's easy to take that for granted that, people already know when they don't. So with that in mind, I want to talk a little bit about sigils. Because again, not everyone knows what a sigil is, when the majority of us take that knowledge for granted. Okay, so there are two types of sigils. There are spirit sigils, which is a type of seal used to summon a spirit. Each sigil is specific to a particular spirit, and most of them have been around a really long time. Now, the other type of sigils are the ones that we create ourselves, and is considered to be part of chaos magic. And essentially what they are is a symbolic representation of our intention statement. That is to say, what we want to achieve with our magic. Basically a symbolic instruction. Because the language of the subconscious where we want to put this instruction is in images and symbolism. So by transforming our intention instruction into a symbolic image, the subconscious will know what to do with it. And then manifest that instruction into our lives, and occasionally bending the rules of reality in order for it to be able to do so. And as far as magic goes, it's one of the simplest forms you can do because really all you need to get started is a pen and paper. You just draw it and then charge it, which is the act of putting it into the subconscious. Now, as easy as it is, and it is easy, there is a bit more to it than I just went over, because to transform your intention statement into a symbolic sigil, there's a process to that, and it can take some time. Just forming your intention statement alone could take some time. Some intention statements are just not very well crafted. So you need to know how to make a proper intention statement. The act of charging the sigil, there are some methods that work really well. There are others that just don't work well at all. I myself have a personal love of sigils because they're so easy, which saves me time in the long run. If I could accomplish something with the sigil instead of having to perform a full evocation, I'll take the sigil every time. But even if I go with other forms of magic, I almost always include a sigil anyway, just as an extra layer. Because in my learned opinion, sigils are the quickest and most effective way to place a specific instruction into your subconscious mind. So even if I'm doing other types of magic, burning charged candles, calling spirits, what have you, I also want my own subconscious mind working on it. So creating sigils is a very crucial skill to learn as a magician. And not only learn, but also develop because you get better at something the more you do it. In fact, and I'll probably get put on blast for saying this, I would say someone who is very proficient at sigil magic is probably just as effective as someone who went through years of training in the outer grades of the Golden Dawn system or other initiation system. And I'm sure that's going to tick some people off. But it's the truth, because those systems don't spend a lot of time teaching you how to utilize your own subconscious mind, which is something that you need to master in order to become a great magician. Now, I'm not saying that the Golden Dawn style of magic or any particular organization is trash. I'm not saying that at all. They do teach a lot of gestures, symbolism, and calling forth, raising, and directing energy, which can achieve a great many things, don't get me wrong. But a person who is effectively able to get his subconscious mind to work for him is always going to have a magical edge. Okay? I don't mean to offend anyone. I'm not saying that other styles of magic aren't valuable. I myself am trained and use the Golden Dawn system of magic. I would not be the person I am today without it. So I don't want what I said to diminish the value of such systems, but instead to show you the immense value of sigil magic. It truly is a skill that you'll need in your magician's arsenal. Now, sigil magic is very common and prevalent. There's a lot of information out there on it, and it's easy enough to do your own research. However, if you'd like to cut out all the guesswork and know exactly how I do sigil magic, then the Manifesting Reality program is the program you want. So I'm going to make it this month's deal by knocking 20% off the regular price for this week only, now through next Friday, April 30th. I'm going to leave a link in the video and in the description with the discount already applied. Check it out. Check out the testimonials. Here's one of them.
Hi, Frater. I've been following your stuff for about 3 years now, and especially after you've given me this discount on this last one. I am so grateful for everything I ever get, but I figured I'd bring to your attention how the stuff that you've given me has worked. Like, for example, this is a sigil from your sigil course that I learned, basically saying that I would have $30,000 by this date, say, and I went through ritual, created that sigil, and then I waxed it together. And then here I used the money thing in one of your money programs about writing down to what you've achieved. So everything's worked fantastically, and like I said, I really am grateful. Out of all the channels I've studied, yours was the only one that actually genuinely helped me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Manifesting Reality is the complete sigil magic course, a 4-part video program covering everything that you need to know about performing sigil magic. Now, sigil magic is one of the easiest types of magic to do, and a lot of people already know how to do it. If you're one of them and it's working for you, that's great. This course covers how I do it and a lot more. We're going to be talking about symbolism, how to craft a correct statement of intent, arguably one of the most important parts of magic, how to simplify your sigils because the subconscious loves simplicity, long-term strategies and astrological correspondences, shoaling your sigils, creating your own mantras, and more. This is the program that's going to get you up and manifesting what you want in the shortest amount of time in the easiest way possible. If you have a pen and paper, then you have everything that you need to get started. You can get Manifesting Reality and other Mind and Magic programs over at mindandmagic.com today. And when you have success with any of my programs, please send in your testimonials and stories. And video testimonials get top priority. Just upload one to YouTube and set it to unlisted and send me the link. I'll see it. So anyone wanting to share their gratitude and thanks, that's the best way to do it, is by sending in your success story and testimonial. And that about covers it. Once again, Manifesting Reality, 20% off, now through April 30th. Link in the video and in the description, and I'll see you soon. Take care.